So most people who come to my yoga sessions either complain of having a bad back. That's before the session, by the way. They have tight hamstrings or, tight hips, neck and shoulder issues. There's a variety of ailments that people come along with. And also other people are looking to improve posture, develop core strength, and also to relax, because a lot of people seem to be quite stressed about life in general. And, life does bring its stresses along. And really, during this introduction, what I want to look at all of these different aspects of why people come to yoga classes and really help you experience the benefits that yoga brings. So each of the sessions on this introduction are going to be about 10 minutes long. And so I want to just spend a little bit of time each day that we do the introduction, just to look at various aspects. So the first thing to say really is that good accessories, if you've got them handy, is a yoga mat. And they can get yoga mats, they're quite cheap these days. You get them most places, but you don't necessarily need a yoga mat, to be honest, for this course. There's a belt. So I've got a yoga belt there, but you could use like a sort of non-stretchy dressing gown belt or a normal belt, as long maybe two of them sort of strung together. So a belt might come in handy. And also I've got a couple of these yoga blocks, and if you've got a thick telephone book, I don't know if they have them these days really, or an encyclopedia or an atlas, a couple of good sturdy books that you could use instead of going out and buying all the gear. So to start with, let's just really come to stillness for the very beginning, not for too long, and just standing nice and tall. So really sort of looking down towards the feet, and feet, just checking the feet are parallel and that they're about hip width apart. So if you swing one heel into the other by keeping the ball of the foot down and then back, so just checking the feet are parallel. If you naturally stand like this and it's quite difficult to get them parallel, but just see how it goes. And standing up nice and tall, so finding a bit of space here. So every time you breathe in, just feel like you're going taller. Maybe the kneecaps will lift, the abdomen engages slightly, the chest lifts, the crown of the head lifts up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, just feel the awareness moving down through the body down to the ground, through the soles of the feet. So just do this breath a few times, breathing in and out through the nose. And if you wanted to, you could close the eyes to do this. By the way, this is a great thing to do if you're in a lift. So you get in at the ground floor and you press your button to get to whatever floor you're going to. And the doors close, you close your eyes, and then you can just stand tall and breathe. That's quite a good one. That's the only reason I can think of for using a lift, really. Otherwise, the stairs, keeps you moving. And then next thing we're going to do is just start to move the arms. So bringing the arms out nice and wide, palms facing forward, and then releasing back again. So each successive in-breath, the arms grow a little bit wider, opening up through the chest, and then release down. So just really enjoying this movement, feeling it in the shoulders, in the chest. And after about 5 or 6 of these movements, the arms are going to come all the way up, keeping that chest nice and open, keeping the crown of the head moving up. And then we're going to come all the way to the top, palms facing towards each other. And then we're going to give ourselves a really nice opening of the entire length of the body, lifting up through the chest. And maybe you can even see I've got a little bit of a back bend going on. but lifting the spine, lengthening, and then opening, and then gently folding forward. So soften those knees, soften the knees. So it's not about the hamstrings just now. It's just about releasing through the back. And we're in this sort of half forward bend. So even if you're one of these mega naturally flexible people, we really want to be halfway down. And then just gently resting the hands on the knees. So there's no force going down. It's just encouraging a bit of warmth and healing energy, if you like, into the knees. And then just straighten the legs now, straighten them a bit more, but not locking them. And then bringing the weight forward slightly onto the front of the ankles. That's quite nice. Keeping the nose pointed down. And then just feel the effect that this has on the backs of the legs, the hamstrings and the calves, even the lower back. And then soften the knees, engage the thighs, the glutes, the pelvic floor, the lower abdomen, and then lift up. So we're going to lift, open, and then bring the hands back down to the sides again. So let's do that a couple more times. So we're going to breathe in, open the chest, nice little back bend, as you can see at the top. And then just floating down, keeping those knees soft at first. And then straightening the legs, but keeping a slight bend. We're not locking the knees. And then leaning forward slightly, just to encourage this opening in the backs of the legs. Abdomen is engaged. Bending the knees. And then coming all the way up. And open. Exhale, with the arms down. And then just one more. So breathing in. And then floating down halfway. Straightening the legs slightly, leaning forward. Just feeling into the body. So it's these practices, it's all about just feeling into the body. How's the body feeling today? It's an exploration. It's not trying to get into any weird and wonderful postures that you see on Instagram or these yoga poses. Just listening to your own body, tuning in, softening the knees, and then coming all the way up. And open. And then bringing the hands all the way back down again. Okay, so from there, just closing the eyes, bringing the awareness into the soles of the feet. Back to that breath where, as you breathe in, the awareness ascends up the whole length of the body, growing taller, lifting the chest, shoulders moving back. And as you exhale, the awareness sinks down into the earth. So breathing in and out through the nose. And then next time you breathe in, arms coming up. And if you can bring the feet together, but only if that's comfortable. So you can either keep their feet hip width apart or bring them together. And the same with the arms. You can either bring the hands together if you're feeling flexible in the shoulders, or you can keep them in this nice and straight but parallel, palms and in our elbows facing each other. Or you could bring the arms up into this position if that feels better. So it's literally about listening to your own body. Don't do anything which doesn't feel right. And then from there, we're going to just do this swaying palm, moving from one side, breathing in as you come up, exhaling as you go down, and feel the benefits that that has through the waist, through the armpits, through the hips, through each side of the body. keeping that really nice length. So this is swaying palm. And then we're going to come back up to the center when we've done equal numbers on both sides. And then final lengthening, opening through the chest. And then just coming down into this forward bend. And then to come out of this, any forward bend really, not just when you're doing yoga, but if you ever need to bend down to pick something up off the floor, when you come up, don't be using the back muscles, using the thighs, the glutes, the pelvic floor, the lower abdomen, and using all of those muscle groups, the strongest muscle groups in the body. And you can use them to lift, and it really takes a strain out of the back. If there's any dizziness, by the way, when you come up, just keeping the chin tucked in. That stops the blood rushing right up. And then just gently closing the eyes once more. So very gentle practice to start with. Just a case of looking in. And then just finally, just going to bring the hands onto the shoulders, fingertips onto the shoulders. And let's just roll those shoulders around, roll the elbows circling, just finding some lubrication, nourishing the joints in the shoulders. That's really nice. And then just circling the shoulders the other way. So very simple, but maybe even just with that simple movement, you can feel a little bit of heat generated in those various parts of the body that we've explored.